So before I get into my predictions for Pokemon this year, I want to go through a brief history lesson on the Pokemon generational release schedule. So there are currently 8 generations of Pokemon. We are currently in Generation 8. Generation 1 was from 1996 to 1999, about 3 years. Generation 2 was from 1999 to 2002, about 3 years. Generation 3 was from 2002 to 2006, about 4 years. Generation 4 from 2006 to 2010, about 4 years. Generation 5 was from 2010 to 2013, about 3 years. Generation 6 was from 2013 to 2016, about 3 years. Generation 7 was 2016 2019, about 3 years. And then we're in Generation 8, which is currently entering its third year as a generation. Right? And so you may notice that every Pokemon generation ever has been either 3 years or 4 years, with the 4 year generations featuring remakes. And the only exception is Generation 6, which instead of having a director's cut to X and Y, had Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. But Generation 8, I'm predicting is going to be a 4 year generation, which, if you think about it, would make sense. 2019, we got Sword and Shield. 2020, we got the Sword and Shield DLC. 2021, we got Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And so far, 2022, we got Legends Arceus a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure we're going to get another game release this year, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to be the next generation just yet. And I promise you that this is going to be crucial to understanding my predictions later on in this video. Now let's go to the obvious predictions, things I'm pretty sure Pokemon's going to discuss either during their Pokemon Direct in February, if they have one, or this year. So first, Pokemon Unite. Pokemon Unite is their new big mobile project. It's pretty popular. I've played it. Well, I used to play it a lot, but I just kind of got a bit bored of it. But I know that they're constantly adding new Pokemon in, and they're getting ready to feature it in the Pokemon World Championships this year. So we definitely expect to have more updates on that. And along with their mobile games, we have Pokemon Masters EX and Pokemon Cafe Remix are two popular mobile games right now, and they're constantly updating these games. For example, in Cafe Remix, they're getting ready to give an update that will allow for Victini to be in the game, which I am very excited for. Then, Legends Arceus, being the most recent video game, I expect there to be more new updates for the game for stability, maybe even a few events they can add to the game as well over time. Same with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And then Sword and Shield, being the Sword and Shield is still their main game for Generation 8 and for the competitive scene. I still expect to hear news and updates for the game itself, as well as events for the wild area. So these I expect. Now on to items I'm pretty sure we won't get any information for this year. And that is, first, any DLC for Legends Arceus, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or Sword and Shield. My reasoning is pretty obvious. I think that Game Freak's already done any DLC they wanted to do for Sword and Shield. I mean, they ended up doing 2 separate DLC packs, and they've already made a cartridge version of Sword and Shield that includes the DLC. So I'm pretty sure we're done with primary DLC content for that game for now. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, while I would hope, and I really would hope, that they would do DLC for this game, because these games, in my opinion, are personally the most boring Pokemon games I have ever played. Just the way they're designed, and they're focused solely on the first 4 generations of Pokemon, it could already basically get all those Pokemon and all the legendary Pokemon. There's no real need for DLC for that game at this time. And not just that, but I don't even, being that they outsourced this game to another company, Ilka, and they basically just took the resources from the original games, update the graphics, add a few things. I wouldn't expect them to be creative minds behind DLC that can be done here. And if anything, most of the creativity that goes to Sinnoh went into Legends Arceus. And in regards to Legends Arceus, if you have not played this game, you need to play this game because there's no need for DLC for this game. Just the amount of things you have to do here, the quests, the different tasks for each of the Pokemon. I'm 30 hours in, and I'm still in the first main area of the game, just trying to get perfect Pokedex entries for as many Pokemon as I can. It's really cool. The fact that you can get all the Sinnoh Pokemon, like there's no real need for DLC for this game. But to me, it's already one of the best games ever as it is. So I don't expect any DLC for these games. And then finally, as I alluded to earlier, I don't really see the ninth generation of Pokemon starting this year simply because, one, I think this is going to be a 4-year generation, but mainly the main team at Game Freak just got finished working on Legends Arceus. So if they're going to be working on a main series game, they're going to need some time to be putting into production for this game. And I feel like this year would be more like a break year for them to work on this next generation game that they can tell us about next year. And I do think we're getting a holiday Pokemon game this year. I just don't think it's going to be the next generation of Pokemon. Now, onto my biggest hopes. These are my biggest hopes for this year, besides the big 3 predictions I have. And these are first for our new mythical Pokemon. So, 20 COVID really impacted Pokemon's release schedule for the last few years. For example, Zarude, the only mythical Pokemon of Generation 8, was revealed in 2020. But due to COVID and everything with that, we didn't get a chance to see the Pokemon movie or get access to this mythical Pokemon in the West until 2021. And so every generation of Pokemon since Generation 3 has given us at least 2, with more modern generations giving us 3 mythical Pokemon. And each generation also gives us a Pixie Mythical as well. And these Pixie Mythicals are mythical Pokemon with 600 base stat totals, with 100 in every stat, as well as being about 1 foot tall in height. And these Pixies are Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Shaman, Victini, Hoopa, and Marshall so far. So it seems about right for Generation 8 to have their own mythical Pixie Pokemon. Next up, I was shocked a few years ago when Pokemon announced they were doing a remake of the first ever Mystery Dungeon series, Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. The Mystery Dungeon series is my second favorite. It's my second favorite series in Pokemon after the main series. These games are epic. They're amazing. I own all the Mystery Dungeon games. And the fact that they remade them and the art style is perfect. The cutscenes are beautiful. And while I don't really like a lot of new mechanics they added, it's still an amazing game. And it makes me hopeful that they're planning on remaking the best games in the Mystery Dungeon series, that being the Explorers series. Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky. Sky being the superior game. So if they want to remake Explorers of Sky, I would be super stoked for them to do that. Because I feel those games deserve to have better graphics, have a different art style, and everything. And I just really hope that they try to keep those games genuine and reduce a little bit of the mechanics. Just a little bit. Have a few new ones there, but keep a lot of the old mechanics that I felt were really good with those games. And then finally, a few years ago, Pokemon mentioned a few projects they were working on. Pokemon Home, we eventually found out what that was, and it came to fruition. But one of the projects I have yet to hear about is Pokemon Sleep. And I feel it's a good time to talk about Pokemon Sleep, because if I can sleep and catch Pokemon, or have Pokemon involved in developing great sleeping habits, which I need to develop great sleeping habits, that would be perfect. Alright, and now Thank you for your patience. We're now on to my three huge predictions or announcements for Pokemon this year. These are the big three that I'm pretty sure we're going to get. The first one is Pokemon TCG Live. So Pokemon announced that they're doing a whole brand new platform for their trading card game online service. Now I like the current trading card game online, I do, but you can tell that it has its issues. It only really runs on certain platforms, and TCG has grown so much that we could benefit from having a more live, modern trading card game system. I still have boxes of TCG codes that I want to be able to redeem. But you know how hard it is to go through hundreds of codes and have to type them into the online website or try to get a photo of the. It's not easy. So I'm waiting for them to do this update. Hopefully they'll transfer everything over from the accounts we have now, and that I can redeem all these cards. And I'm just really looking forward to it because I love the TCG. I'm a huge physical card collector, and they find a way to even allow us to transfer our physical collections into this digital collection. It would be perfect. Now, the second item is should have really been in the obvious section, but I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, and that's the Pokemon Home update and integration. I'm actually really shocked that Pokemon Home didn't immediately work with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, being that the company that makes Pokemon Home, Ilka, also made Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But I think it's about time that the compatibility with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl happens this month, or at least spring of 2022, as well as the integration with Legends Arceus. I'm gonna let them figure out how they're gonna do that because, in my opinion, there are just some things about integrating Legends Arceus with the modern games that doesn't really make too much sense to me, since Legends Arceus is based in the past and there are Pokemon that existed in the past that don't exist anymore. But that's a discussion for another video. So I'm looking forward to this integration here. And finally, the biggest announcement for this year, and another reason why I started this video with that little history lesson, Pokemon Let's Go Gen 2. Also dubbed by a lot of fans, Pokemon Let's Go Johto, Pokemon Let's Go Gold and Silver. I mentioned earlier that I feel like a Pokemon game is coming out this year, and I think it's just about time for Pokemon to release the next game in the Let's Go series. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I was surprised to see a game like that. But when you look at Pokemon Go, the mobile game, and how popular this game is, how many people play it, how many casual people play it, I play this game all the time. It was a perfect way to get people who played that game to get them into the world of the regular video games and incorporate them together. But what always kind of sucked about it that was strictly Kanto. You know, there's so many other generations of Pokemon that could benefit from Pokemon Go integration. So why not make this its own sub main series, just the Let's Go series, where it's like an alternate universe to the games that we know. And being that they start with Kanto, it makes perfect sense to do one on Johto. And so, and that's why I think that this year we're gonna get another Let's Go game based in the Johto region. It also makes sense because if we look back at Generation 7, we got Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and then we ended the generation with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. They were the last games in that generation. They were made in the Unreal Engine. It didn't take too much effort to make, and we have confirmation that while this game was being made, that the main team was also working on Sword and Shield. So we know that this is a game that doesn't take too much effort to do. These type of games don't take too much effort to do, and they can make a game like this that also gives them time to work on a main series game. And so it's perfect. We just released this game this year, and then next year they'll be ready to release Generation 9. And so I'm expecting to see news on their Let's Go game. And I'll tell you personally, the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee announcement trailer is still my favorite trailer for any Pokemon game. I constantly rewatch this trailer just because of how amazed I was with the visuals, the way that they showed how it was like an integration between how we play Pokemon in the real world to this video game world and the music. It was just perfect, and I am excited to see what they're gonna do in a game like this. So those are my predictions for Pokemon 2022. I know last year I did a prediction video for the 25th anniversary, and Pokemon just really just like took my prediction video and slapped it in his face because oh boy was I completely wrong about most things. In the case of the Diamond Pearl remix, I thought they were gonna happen. I just thought that those would happen this year, and the Let's Go game would happen last year. But it still kind of fits. But that's my prediction for Pokemon this year. Hopefully, we'll get a direct in February, and we'll be able to see what happens, or even later on this year, and we get something this holiday season. But what I want to know is what are your predictions for the 2022 for the Pokemon franchise? Are you excited for anything? Looking forward to any news on a specific game or a remake of a game you liked from your childhood or from some time ago? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching the video, and hope you guys have a awesome rest of your day.